Hi. Hi, everyone. We'll be starting just about now. I'll be waiting for our guests to join us today, and I think they're already here. So let me just add them. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining in. Okay, we're having some trouble connecting. Just give me a moment. We'll be talking about adding luxury to interior spaces using stones today. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Basha. How are you?
Hi, Tanya. Good. How are you?
All well, thanks.
Yeah.
So is it just you today, or is Shalini also joining us?
Just me. Just me. Yes.
Hi, Basha. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
audible?
great. Yes, you're
Yes.
audible as well. So, thank you, Basha, for joining us on yet another episode of Let's
Yeah.
Talk Design. I'll quickly just
Pleasure.
introduce you to our audience, and then we'll straight away jump into the questions. So, today we are talking about adding luxury to interior spaces using stone with Taliesin Design. Shalini and Mehboob Basha, founders of Taliesin, strive to conceptualize architectural and design solutions that inherently fulfill the sole intention of creating meaningful and appropriate spatial interventions. With over 10 years plus of experience in the realm of design, Talison's practice and body of work are strung together by a common thread of contextual sensitivity and architectural experiences that engage the senses in a holistic manner. Spearheading Taliesin, backed by his practical knowledge in the realm of architecture, architect Mehboob Basha continues to further nurture his penchant for novel construction techniques, sensorial design, and interventions that add value to an end user's life. Their work gets featured quite often, and well, it's a pleasure to have you here with us, Basha, today.
Thank you. Thank you for
Your
the kind
work in
words, kind
the
introduction.
residential domain has caught many an eye. So, my first question to you would be that we all know that stone is a very versatile material, and it results in a lot of experimentation. What are the ways in which you, at your practice, have enabled luxury interiors using stones?
Okay. See, basically, the steeped into the history, stone is always considered a luxury and holy material. Okay, the use of natural stones. Okay, natural stones helps maintain the man and the natural connect.
Right.
Okay, the adaptability of natural stones in makes them suitable for all kind of uses, whether it's whatever typology it is, whether it's commercial or residential use. So it goes well with all kind of design and typologies.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, would
So
you like to share any specific examples of stones that help in sort of adding luxury to a space?
see, stone as a luxurious material, it is very natural material, and it's whenever you use a stone in whatever way possible you use it, it always gives you that nice feel. Okay, and it gives that seamless finish and seamless. It has a lot of options for you to explore the texture and stuff like that. So it's like a canvas. We can do whatever kind of work we want to do it with that. And in turn, it gives a very rich look.
Right, right. Any particular stones that you want to talk about?
See, we usually depends on the spatial quality of each space. Any natural stone, okay, used in appropriate manner, okay, gives you that feel of the space. Okay, let it be a marble, let it be a granite stone, anything will give you that nice feel. It can be any natural stone.
Great, great. Okay, so when it comes to, let's say, facade or flooring, right, stone brings in a lot of versatility. Could you share with our audience some tips or ideas on what one should keep in mind when they're using stone for, let's say, facades versus what one should consider when they are using stone to do floorings?
See, traditionally, architectural practice has been dominated by the eyesight. Okay, it's completely the complete architectural solution depends on what we see, what we feel naturally. Okay, so it's basically to make the senses work. Okay,
Right.
so in that this thing usually when we looking for some relaxed feel, we usually tend to use limestone, okay, or sandstones which
Yeah.
have a lighter hues of yellow and gray, okay, which are good, which gives very soothing effect onto the
Right.
mind. Okay, when it
Right.
comes to the this thing, the materials like slate and travertine, they have this busy texture look, okay, and it gives you that what do you say? We try to tend and use those busy textured materials in the bathrooms, external surfaces. Yeah, at the same time, when it comes to terrazzo and mosaic, which are pattern stones, okay, add artistic feel to the space. So wherever spaces like what do you say, spa areas, we try and use this terrazzo materials, mosaics, so to create patterns on the walls.
Right, right. Makes sense. Okay, so your portfolio includes a lot of luxury homes, right? Could you share some, could you tell us what are the latest trends today in luxury homes and what's new?
See, basically, we try and not to follow a trend. Okay, basically the complete use of the stone depends on the spatial quality which we want to create. Okay, and the end user. On the end user, what exactly the space is designed for. It can be a different varied material. It can be a quota stone. It can be a marble. It can be a natural granite. Okay, all these materials depends on the spatial quality that intended to use. Depending on that, we use the material.
Yeah. Are there particular stones that are sought after when somebody comes with a brief of, let's say, they want a luxury home? Are there particular stones that they sort of seek out to use or you recommend?
Luxury stones, usually the made the talk about luxury, people think it's only the marble which gives the luxurious feel. But we can get that effect even using this natural normal stones like quota and slate stones. So for
Yeah.
example, in one of our project, we tried and for a terrace lounge, we tried and used quota stone for the flooring and the slate on the wall. It gives that very nice, rich, textured look and it
Right.
enhances the whole space.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you are picking up stone for your projects, what is your criteria? You know, what are the characteristics that you look for?
See, careful use of material can evoke tactile uh, imagination of the user.
Right. So, what characteristics? I mean, what I'm asking is, if you let's say you're picking up stone for a bathroom versus when you're picking up stone for a bedroom, what are the characteristics that you look for in a stone?
See, when we are trying to use it for a bathroom or this thing, so we'll try and get some nice textured stones onto the wall, and the stones which are not porous in nature. So, in turn, they don't absorb water or create stains on the wall. So we'll try and use those kind of stones.
Okay. Could you share some examples for our audiences?
See, when you're talking about a textured stones, so we can try and use some nice slate material onto the wall, okay, which does not absorb this thing and gives you nice texture onto the wall. And in the powder room, especially in the powder rooms, wherein it's very intimate space, so it creates a nice feel.
Right, right. If left to you, right? I mean, in your years of practice, is there something different that you think you've done with stone, which was sort of, which you felt even you were not aware of, that stone could be used for something different? I mean, it could be a piece of furniture, it could be, it could be an accessory, it could be a home decor item, just ways in which one could use stone differently.
See, usually the stone, we love to use it as a sculpture to create a sculpture in the space. Okay, that gives a huge impact on the whole space, and the texture and color of the sculpture. The kind of stone depends on the kind of stone you used in the space. It will enhance the whole space. So that will be a nice use of stone.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So have you done something like that? What stone did you use? Yeah, if you could tell us a little bit about what stone you used and what were the challenges also.
Okay, so for space of this, where we are, it's a huge lounge space for a family, we try to use a stone sculpture. It's just kept in as a whole part of the setup. It is not just kept as a sculpture or anything. It was like part of the whole furniture setup. We have used this stone sculpture. It's really enhanced the whole space.
Right, right. Okay. We see in your portfolio, right, that you do all your projects are contextually rooted. They focus on sustainability. You try and optimize resources. How do you think stone helps in developing your design while you are taking care of all of these elements?
The first thing when you talk about the sustainability, what we try and use is we try and use the local materials. Rather than sourcing from far end places, we try and use what is locally available. And it is best suited at the place for the climatically and as well as when you talk about the sustainability. Okay, and at the same time, what we try and do is stone is such a material where it ages gracefully. Okay, over the years, when we're using the stone, it gives you that nice enhanced look. And it has very low maintenance, and you hardly need any maintenance on the stone. Yeah.
You mentioned low maintenance. Could you tell us stones that you recommend as low maintenance stones that could be used for outdoor spaces?
So the best material would be your granite. Okay, it's very hard material, and it has very low on the maintenance. You just need to have a wash once in a while, say once in a few years. After that, you are done with the stone, and you don't have to really maintain that. You don't have to keep have a resources meant to maintain that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's great. I think there were some questions from the audience. I could see some people message that can be asked. Yes, you can just drop in your questions here in the question chat box. There's one more question. When it comes to homes, there is interior spaces and then there are exterior spaces, right? What are the things that one should keep in mind when picking up stone for interior spaces versus exterior spaces?
See, when you talk about the interiors versus exteriors, the exteriors is the materials what we tend to use for exterior has to be durable material. Okay, it can't be porous. Okay, it should have the porosity should be minimum, wherein it should be exposed to the sun, rain, and dust and everything. So it should have a minimum maintenance. Okay, and when it comes to the interior of the house, so again, what we have is we have a lot of these options where we can try and take a chance with the materials. Okay, so we can try and play with the materials when it comes to interiors.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have two questions from the audience as well. One is, what is quartz and what is the difference between quartz and quartzite?
Okay. The quartz is a very brittle material. Okay, and your quartzite is it's more like a glass. Okay, so it's what happens is these two materials, very hard materials basically, and take very nice polish. When you try to do a polish and this thing, it takes some time, but it give a nice feel to the space. And both are what do you say? Not very porous materials. Yeah.
Right. Right. And which one is better in your opinion?
Quartzite.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And are they both natural or artificial?
Is it natural? Both are natural.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. So thank you. That was all the questions from the audience and from our end. My one more question to you. If you had to think of one stone that resonates with your personality, what would that be?
I'd love to use Kota stone.
Put a
It's
stone.
very natural, and this thing gives very natural, soft feel to the space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We have another question. You're a huge admirer of the work of your practice, Talison's work. How did you come up with the name Talison?
So Taliesin is basically it's a school of architecture founded by Frank Lloyd Wright. So we thought our practice is more of that nature, wherein we try to learn and teach on day-to-day basis. So we derived our name from there.
Okay, okay, great. So thank you so much, Basha. This is this has been very useful. The series is called Let's Talk Design. If you had to say one thing, right, on Let's Talk Design when it comes to stone, what would that one thing be?
See, stone is very natural material. It's as good as your canvas. Okay, it can be used in whatever form, whatever texture, whatever way we can do it. So we just have to keep experimenting with it. Okay, and as when try to do new things, it always gives you the newer feel, nicer feels.
Okay, great. Thank you. That is a really nice. Yeah, that's a really nice tip as well. As you know, A-Class is celebrating 50 years of being in the industry this year, and we are we are really grateful to you for being a part of the A-Class journey. So, as a thank you gesture, they'll be planting a tree on your behalf, and a certificate.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
A certificate will be sent to you for the same.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure to speak to you. Please share this on your social media channels.
Sure.
And
Thank you
for this very insightful conversation. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.